I just saw Companion about a woman who finds out an eerie secret her boyfriend has been hiding from her. If you've never heard of this movie, I highly suggest you don't read any synopsis or look at the trailer because the trailer ended up spoiling so much, and after watching the film, I believe my experience would have been a lot better if I had went in cold because the beginning does have a lot of Easter eggs that later start to come together. This review will contain spoilers. I did enjoy this movie a lot more than I thought I would. It's predictable but has a lot of fun edge of your seat moments. I wouldn't call this a horror movie, more in line with Black Mirror. It's a mixture of Black Mirror and Love Object from 2003. The second half won me over because the first half was eye roll inducing. I went into this with mid expectations. I wasn't really feeling any of the characters or the setup, so I was sure I wasn't going to like it. And I think, again, that has a lot to do with the fact that I already knew what the general setup was before even watching the movie. So the first half was pretty tedious. And then afterwards, in the second half, when things really start picking up, is when I actually started to enjoy it. And it even got to a point where I didn't even know if I was going to finish it. So thankfully, I didn't get up and walk out. Because I was about to walk out when they got to the part where they were chasing the girl in the woods. I honestly thought this was going to go where she turns into a super robot warrior now that she has control of her settings, and she's gonna pick one of them off one by one in the woods, and I was just not feeling it at all. Thankfully, it didn't fully go in that direction. Instead, we're introduced to another robot that gets manipulated and he turns into a violent maniac, and I loved it. So yeah, the second half got way more intense and it was so much fun to watch. And I don't know if I should be ashamed to even admit this, but for a good chunk of the movie, I was rooting for the antagonist. I can't put my finger on it, but I thought Iris was annoying. I didn't like her. I might low key be a misogynist. Despite rooting for the villain, I did recognize that this was a mediocre, entitled man from the Palm community who has mommy issues. Similar to me. Overall, I give this a 6.5 out of 10, and I do recommend.